Hey, Professor, it's
Hi,
Shane again.
welcome to our
I'm
group
going to ask
project.
you
We
to
call
switch it up
ourselves
on
the
this
Innovation
presentation if you don't
Coder,
mind.
and together we
If
have
you don't mind clicking
created
on these
a
bell icons
weather
when you see
app
them in the
called
corner, that
Breezy
will
Weather.
provide you with a
We have
description
5 members
from
in the
my
group.
teammates
Uh,
describing our app.
Aisha
Thank you,
is
and have a good day.
responsible for UI and testing, which is me, and data. Grimsha is responsible for database testing. Sarah is responsible for backend testing, and Rob is responsible for front-end security and testing. And last, our project manager management and testing is done by Sean. To provide a clear understanding of our team dynamics and individual contribution, let's introduce each member in more in depth along with their specific role and responsibility within the project. Aisha Siddiqa, student number 301410997. The project role is user interface and product testing. My role involves testing the final project phases and identify any bugs or changes needed to be made with the user interface. Premcha Batul, student number 301376633. For her project role is database and product testing. Her role involved creating and committing changes to the database, also responsible for product testing of the newly created database. Next, Sarah Hamolia, student number 301411480. Her project role is backend and product testing. Her role involved creation and development of the backend code, backend connection, and product testing of the backend handler. Rob Baglow. His student number is 301349269. Project role is front end security and product testing. His role involved jack of all trades, front end creation and development, security features, weather API fetching, and product testing of full system. And last, we have Shane Tavse. His student number is 301319122. His project role is project management and product testing. His role involved project management, wireframe diagrams, front end boilerplate code, product testing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and my role in this project is backend. So now I will talk about plant features. Weather fetching API, an API that where can accurately fetch up-to-date weather temperatures and conditions. User-friendly interaction, an easy-to-use app with easy to understand instructions for user interactions, and prepare error and event handling messages provided to the user through dialog boxes. Secure user logging and registration. The user should be able to enter their credentials and have them stored in the backend, only accessible through password authentication or password retrieval method. User favorites section. The user should be able to create a favorites list of world locations to access their favorite locations weather easier and be able to compare temperatures from multiple locations. Weren't able to be get it implemented with the time constraint. 7-day forecast. Fetch a list of 7 days in the future of the user's selected locations and display back the projected forecast. We couldn't implement this due to time constraints. It was more important to have a fully functioning application, so we couldn't implement this feature as is expected. Weather image feature. When fetching the weather API, it should simulate continuously fetch an image API that coincides with the type of weather that has been requested. Example, pick of rain clouds on a rainy day. So let's continue to the site user instructions. Step 1. Download app from App Store. Step 2. Navigate to the navigation bar at the top right of your screen. You will see Login and Register. Click to access. Step 3. Enter your new username, email, and password. When prompted, and click Register to create a new account. Step 4. Navigate back to home screen and click Login. Enter your credentials to access new account. Step 5. Enter a city name in the city bar on the main page and click Get Weather to complete a fetch of the Weather API. Step 6. Navigate to Account Setting and to the left of the screen click on Delete Account to remove the user.
Okay, let's take a quick look at our folder structure here for the Breezy app. I'm going to try to get you as quickly through it as I can. And we'll start in our source components. I'm going to go to account settings. This is where we have our account settings for our login, our username, email, password. We generate our token, reroutes you back to the home page, and handles all your user information. I'm going to go down to login, where it's pretty self-explanatory. It's username, password, redirects you to the home page and handles your information. Same with register, it's very similar. But after it successfully registers, it logs the user in. And go down to delete account, which pretty self-explanatory also. Allows you to delete an account or tells you whether or not it failed or not. Also deletes your token. Update, pretty much the same, just reverse. Allows you to update. If you don't have the right credentials, it will tell you to fail in the error handling. Go down to weather.js. This is where the weather handling happens. If you're a registered user, it allows you to log in, but if not, it will not fetch the weather for you. And it fetches weather, temperature, condition. We'll have a look at the nav bar as well. This is just our main page with our logo and our navigation stuff. We can go into the actual navigation tray, which is our hamburger tray, which is basically all your register login and account navigation buttons. Pages, there's not too much going on in here except for the home.js and the profile.js. We'll come down to our app.js where a lot of our imports and our user login stuff is happening. Go down to our index.js, not much going on there. We'll go on to our controllers. This is where the API and the user controller come in. This is basically if it checks the system if a user exists. If a user exists, then it kicks you back out. If not, it'll log you in successfully, and update the system. Weather.js, this is where the magic happens and where we bring in our weather API right down here, and it shoots out to the home page with the temperature, conditions, city, and country for that weather. Our middleware, just our authentication middleware. Come down to roots. This is our backend with our API, our user, and weather.js. And last but not least, we have our server.js, which does a lot of our constants and shows you that our backend is running on port 10,000, which we'll go check that now to make sure it's running properly. Okay. And it's showing us connected to Mongo on 10,000. Let's go have a look at that right now. Yep. And we're running on 10,000. Perfect. Okay. Let's go have a quick look at the front end. Okay, front end's up and running. Let's try to register a name. And our registration is successful. Let's go to login. Oh, automatically logs you in. So let's try Toronto. And we get a weather in Toronto. Perfect. Okay, let's take a look at signing it. Register. Yep, that's it. Thanks for watching my demonstration.
Thank you so much, Shane. Hello everyone, my name is Rimsha Batul and I was responsible for the database and product testing of our group project. Now let's discuss our team's retrospective. We faced several challenges, including losing a group member who was responsible for front end work, managing different schedules, and never having worked together before. Despite these hurdles, we learned a lot about the importance of teamwork and communication. Also, acting on red flags earlier and understanding each other's perspective helped us and overcome these challenges. Looking ahead, there are several features we would like to add to Breezy Weather on Demand. With more time, we would implement a 7-day forecast and weather appropriate images to provide user with more detailed and visually appealing information. Also, we plan to add the current time at selected location and enhancing the app's utilities and user experience. Thank you for your attention. We are the Innovation Coders and we appreciate your interest in our Breezy Weather on Demand application. We hope you found our application informative and engaging. If you have any question, we would be happy to answer them now.